Hey there, how are you today? My name is Dana Damara, and you have landed on Astrocast. This is your weekly forecast for August 7th through August 14th. So, two important things I want to talk about. One is a big event we have on August 8th, which is Monday, which is most likely when you're watching this. August 8th is what we know as the Lionsgate portal. And it really is overarching of the whole week and all the astrology that's happening for the week. But the other thing, make mental note, August 15th, the day after this recording, is my birthday. So there you have it, bookend by two very powerful days. Spoken from a true Leo. Shout out to all of you Leos out there. Happy birthday. So first things first, the theme of this week is the word frequency. And the reason I chose frequency is because not only do we have the Lionsgate portal, which truly has been in effect since July 28th, and I'll talk about it in a second, we also have a full Moon Aquarius happening this week. And I'll do a whole full moon recording for that in just a little bit here. But know that we've been in some very powerful churning energy, okay? And when we talk about manifesting our life, sitting in the Lionsgate portal, I have lots of friends who are hosting Lionsgate portal parties and all of this stuff. I just want you to be aware of something. No matter what you do, no matter where you put your effort, check in with your frequency, because your frequency is actually creating everything. So I said this in class today, if you come to a yoga class and you namaste, om namah shivaya, and then you go out into the parking lot and start cussing at someone because they cut you off, your frequency may have been aligned for a moment, but in that undercurrent, it's not really. So pay attention to your frequency, pay attention to the people in your life that elevate your frequency, and pay attention to the people and the situations that decrease your frequency. And remember that they're all a reflection of you anyways. So how can you switch up your frequency? Like, what is it that you love? And I'm going to talk about this in a moment. Let me just talk a little bit about this portal that we call the Lionsgate. Now, this happens every year on August 8th, every single year. And there's so many ologies around it, right? So we've got the astrology around it, we've got numerology around it, and then we've got also some ancient Egypt philosophy around it. Okay, so first of all, numerology. Number 8 is all about infinity and abundance, right? So opening up that portal of energy to infinite possibilities is always a magical event. But let me say this, spoken from my dear teacher, please do not put yourself in a box with this and think that you can't always be creating like this, because you can. It's just a very powerful day. And, the Lions portal is a relatively new AG energetic phenomenon, right? So it's this energy that really brings to light a moment in time when we can focus on that which we desire. Okay, but again, your frequency is important, so pay attention to that. It actually is according to the astrology. So it's a moment in time when Sirius is this fixed star, significantly separates from the sun to come into view. So it's the alignment between the sun and Sirius that creates an opening. Okay, now in ancient Egyptian culture, Sirius as the goddess, celebrating Sirius's return in the morning sky as a sort of a significant event. So we do this when Venus goes into retrograde and then Venus comes up, right? So it's sort of the same thing. Think of it just as a similar energy vibration that brings, illuminates our thoughts, our feelings, our manifestations. This fixed star Sirius is brighter than the sun. And so the sun moves out of the way and says, okay, Sirius, take over. So from July 28th, I believe, to August 9th, we've got this gorgeous energy. It's already happening, and you may be experiencing it by maybe some new people you've met, new opportunities that have come into your life. I have absolutely been feeling this. I've just random meetings of people that aren't really random. And also, this is really important, okay? Also standing in your power. Okay, so I was inadvertently judged the other day by a good friend of mine. He didn't mean to be mean, but he judged me. And I waited a little bit, and then I just got all my thoughts together and said how I felt in a way that was loving and appreciative, but yeah, knowledgeable, right? So you're going to feel a sense of powerfulness, the sense of like empowering grace flowing through your veins, the ability to speak up, the ability to attract that which you desire. You got to have your frequency in alignment. Okay. It's a big deal. And I want to talk a little bit about, I'm looking at my notes. I want to talk a little bit about some ways that you can really work with this energy. But before I do that, I want to go through a little bit more of the astrological alignments for the week. The other thing that is pretty interesting that I read, and that is the Lionsgate portal opens when the constellation of Orion is aligned with the pyramids of Giza. Okay. Like these things that we just have no control over. It's kind of fun. Other thing happening this week, Tuesday, August 9th, Venus opposite Pluto. So now Venus is love, abundance, money, what we value, how we value ourselves. Opposite Pluto could potentially create a little bit of tension. I like to think of tension as an opportunity to stand up, to go deep, right? To really take these moments in time to fulfill our intense desires, but also, really stand up to that which we desire, what's deep within us. Thursday, August 11th, the sun is squaring Venus. So, or Uranus. So we've had this whole Uranus North Node in the sign of Taurus for a little bit of time now. And from Tuesday to Saturday, you're going to want to allow yourself to be a little bit flexible, a little bit open. You know, the sun illuminating. Keep in mind, this is also the same day as the full moon, squaring Uranus. So it's creating this 90-degree angle to Uranus, higher mind, planet of inspiration, breakthroughs, breakdowns, breakups, right? Shifting, unexpected shifts. And if you've been listening to these, you'll know that it's happening. It's been happening for a little bit of time now. Same day, a little later on in the day, Mars is going to sextile Neptune. Mars is the initiator, that beautiful sacred masculine, sextiling Neptune, dreamy, romantic, loving, right? Sensitive. This is going to create a little bit of sensitivity. And then that night, full moon, Aquarius. So, but it's squaring Uranus. The full moon is squaring Uranus. So be mindful how you're feeling, what you're saying, who you're with. Just listen. Sun is opposite Saturn on Sunday the 14th. So Saturn is the restrictive timekeeper. He's Lord Cronus. So when Sun is the opposite Saturn, you really want to pay attention to your duties, like what it is. That sounded funny, didn't it? Duties. You really want to pay attention to your duties and really be mindful of your responsibilities. Somebody up there is keeping track. So allow yourself during the week some time to listen, meditate, stand in your power, tune up the volume of your intuition, attune that energy, because at the end of the week, it's going to really culminate into something that is been sitting on your plate for a little bit of time. I want to share a couple things that you can do throughout this week to really help you with not only the Lionsgate portal, but also just this energy that is introducing the full moon and bringing us into really a new energy. And I should say, I'll say it in the full moon report too, but this is the last super moon of the year. So we've had some pretty impactful full moons. Embrace this idea of the Leo energy, heart chakra, powerful, kind, loyal, authentic. Embrace that. Because even if you're not a Leo, you got Leo in your chart somewhere, right? Focus on love. Again, heart chakra. Leo's all about love. We just love to love. We really do. I know we get a bad rap for being dramatic and wanting the center stage, but the real thing about Leos is that we just want to love. That's it. Prepare for some shifts, because if you got the Lionsgate portal and you're, in your circles and manifesting and loving, things are going to start to shift in that direction. So just be mindful. Do tap into some spiritual practices, some rituals, whatever it is that you find grounding for yourself, and always practice gratitude. Always. It's just like the key that brings everything to you in a kind, loving way. So I want to say thank you so much for listening in. It's going to be a beautiful week. If you want to know more about your chart or how to read it, or, just really trying to understand a little bit more about the things that I talk about here on these recordings, go to myastrocast.com, put in your email, and you'll get some emails from me. I want to say thank you so much. I hope you have a gorgeous rest of your day. Happy week. Namaste.